Let's talk about this. A veteran centre-right politician and television pundit, Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, has won Portugal's presidential election. Actually, he said he'd restore national unity while the country was emerging from a deep economic and social crisis. Well, this has certainly been reflected, I have to say, in the Portuguese real estate market, which staged a spectacular fall, certainly did, in the years of 2008 and 2009. But since, staged a strong return to growth. So why has this recovery been so strong, and actually what lessons could others, like Spain, learn from the Portuguese success story? Let's find out. Let's go straight over to Carlos Leal, who's General Manager of United Investments for Portugal, and he's Director of Pine Cliffs, big hotel resort complex in the Algarve, and joins us. Hey Carlos, great to have you on the program. Well, I've got three of you up here. So Carlos, I want to start with that. What is the... Just briefly, give us the success story. Why has Portugal managed to pull this one out of the hat, and what lessons do you think some of its neighbours could learn from it?
Well, Aaron, I think this austerity program that Portugal went through since the crisis of 2008 and 2009 actually taught us all to get back to basics and to get our feet back on the ground and do things the right way. So this was great, and I think this complemented with some of the government programs that were implemented, the non-habitual resident, which attracted investment from countries such as French, basically based on the tax benefits associated, and the residency program, commonly known as the Golden Visa program. I think all of these components added to, it's like what I believe is, it's the sum of all the parts, Aaron. I don't think there was one thing in particular, but a number of elements that contributed towards this phenomenal recovery.
So Carlos, that would suggest then, and I want your opinion and a bit of a breakdown here. I mean, look, so you're involved in residential properties, commercial and hotels. You run and operate the Pine Cliffs there in the Algarve. But you sort of give us what's behind the comeback, but break it down. I mean, are these Portuguese investors, returning to the market, or more so, are these international investors who have sort of regained the confidence in Portugal?
Well, again, one of my personal opinion, it's that the reason for the success, it's that it was a mixture of all. You've seen the Portuguese investor who, due to the what we've all experienced with the stock exchange and the financial institutions, have looked to change their investment portfolio from more volatile, high-risk investments in the stock exchange back to property. You've seen the pound euro exchange rate having a positive influence on the British market, investing more in the Portuguese markets. And you've seen...
I've got to get this in very briefly in about 20 seconds. The terrorist attacks that we've seen in many of these tourist destinations, in some ways, has that played into the Algarve and to Portugal's hand?
The Algarve, the unfortunate incidents in North Africa and the Middle East have had a extremely positive influence on not only the hospitality industry, hotel industry, as well as investment not only in real estate but in other sectors as well.
Okay, Carlos Leal, General Manager of United Investments and Director of Pine Cliffs. We appreciate your time. Short and sweet, but thank you very much.
Aaron. Thank you.
That's it. Follow me on Twitter. Tweet me. I'll tweet you right back. You can get me at BBC Aaron. That's it with the biz for now. Loose.